Peace, everybody. Peace, peace, peace. My name is Jamar Jabari, and thank you for another episode of Unsavory Politik, where we talk about issues that are important and causes that matter. And I want to give a big shout out to the footage that you just saw that was led by the PSL, where there was over, I think, about 200 people there, probably a little more, and we shut down Broadway, which is a very big, for people that haven't visited New Haven, but it's a very big uh, commercial spot where a lot of high end businesses. I'm talking about name brand stores that you and I can't afford. But yeah, they're right outside of Yale. We shut that down. We got people attention. We had some people angry. I heard some anger, but no shopping while there's a genocide going on. And we're going to talk about this amazing group called Gaza Solidarity Aid. I have an audio interview that I'm going to be showing. And the reason why it's audio is because Israel controls the water, everything, even the media. Hell, like you see here, all our media goes through Israel first when they're talking about Israel before they even show it. Everybody should know this by now. This is common knowledge. So what we're seeing right now is a grassroots organization that we're talking about here. And I want to give a shout out to my comrade Kirill, who gave me the support to talk to these people. And I'm going to give them a huge shout out. And the contact here that lives here in New Haven that Kirill helped me. Let me get the person's name. Oh my God, I can't believe Yuka. Thank you so much, Yuka. That's the contact that Kirill helped me talk to. And you know Kirill. Kirill's been on my other show, Jabari Block Podcast, multiple times. So this is a group called Gaza Solidarity Aid, and they have been doing tremendous work with the little resources they have. I have the GoFundMe page in the link in the description, and their Instagram as well too. And what you see right here sharing on my screen is their Instagram page. And let's go and look at this work that they have done before we go right into the audio interview, which is a response from Nour Alshaer, Nour Alshaer, and I hope I say her name correctly. Nour is a young student, medical student, that is volunteering. She is born and raised in Gaza and is one of the big leaders of this aid group. And let's look at the impact that they were able to do so far. They have supported over 78,750 families, 470,500 individuals in 4 communities in southern Gaza. And mind you, southern Gaza was supposed to be a place for refuge. But the Israelis, they're on a bloodthirsty feud. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it is genocide. You don't need the International Court of Justice to tell you that, even though they are allowing them to continue it for another month, saying, "Oh, you have to adjust the things you're doing." You should be. It should be a ceasefire. There shouldn't be adjustments. There shouldn't be doing killing people more better or whatever. Um, they also were able to do 22,760 meals, 4,116 food packages, 2,570 produced baskets, 2,480 hygiene packets, 1,600 diapers, packs, and formula, 4,050 blankets, 1,900 winter clothes, 1,000 flour packets, 684 mattresses, 340 pillows, 295 tents constructed. And the tents, a lot of people are living in tents. For people that don't understand, they have carpet bombed a huge amount of Gaza, a very huge amount. And people have no choice but to live in tents. And you're going to hear in the video um, how much that has impacted the city that they are serving right now. You're going to hear in the video how much the medical services for women and have um, people that have reproductive issues, how what they're dealing with. You're going to hear right from Nour a testimony of what she has endured since October the 8th. And I want you to give this sister the utmost respect and all her colleagues, every last one of them. Shouts out to Yuka as well too. Give Yuka the utmost respect for being a contact to share this information out so people can know about it and people can um, donate, donate. The link will be in my bio. Without further ado, I will give you the audio interview. Thank you so much for listening.
Salam or hello from Rafah, Gaza, or as I like to say in Arabic, from Gaza, Ardul Izza. Gaza, the land of dignity. And dignity is so important to everyone in Gaza. It is something that we fight to keep, and we'd rather die with dignity than to live without dignity. How am I doing? Um, I know that I'm not doing okay at all. I know that my heart aches all the time for what's been happening. It does not stop, there's no break, literally no break. Um, I'm always losing more people, and my people are losing more people, losing more houses, losing, and continue to be losing. So, no, we're not okay. I lost cousins, and I lost aunts and uncles and friends, close friends and colleagues and professors and university and everything. Um, and it's still ongoing. It just hasn't stopped. It just keeps going. Um, but I feel like I only find like I don't know, like a relative relief working on this project that we've been working on, this like Gaza relief project. And so the basically like how it started like literally on October 8th, like since day one when all of this happened. It's when Israel started bombing Gaza, started bombing everywhere and asking people from Gaza City in the north to evacuate to the south here, and people started coming in, started with them coming to seek shelter in schools, like UNRWA schools and non-UNRWA schools, and then it continued to expand. So really just like started with me and a friend of mine, where we decided that we just should go out on the ground and try to help people with what they need, because this is our city, like this. We have our houses here, we have our, like, we know the people here, so we can start helping people out I really just started from with us helping people with like mattresses and blankets and stuff with from my own house and my cousins' houses and my uncles, and same thing about my friend, and then through our friends and people we know, and then it continued to expand. So right now, like we started like a whole fundraising for what we've been doing, and we've been expanding our work. Yeah, so now we have like around 13 permanent volunteers on the ground in Gaza, and we also like have more like temporary volunteers as needed, like when we're bringing in like large amounts of packages or really just stuff to be distributed around, or like when we're trying to set up tents, like when it's a setting up tents project day or things like that. We ask for more help from people and people help us. And same thing about like photographers who volunteer with us from time to time, also like to get us like some good footage so that we can share more about what the work we've been doing, so that like we also like get more support so that we can continue to expand our work. So far we have helped more than 88,000 families, like around more than half a million people. And the thing is, like, more people are coming, like only more people are coming. Like we've been working on the south, like the southern part of the valley at the beginning, or yeah, like for a while. And then Israel started like their ground invasion on Khan Yunis, and then also parts of the middle area. So really, um, a lot of people have been coming to Rafah, and it is still going. It's still ongoing. I have relatives in Khan Yunis who are still like I'm worrying about right now. They are actually getting bombed. Like their area is getting bombed as I'm recording this. Like my aunts, like first aunts, and their children, grandchildren, and we don't like we can't contact them because like the cellular service is really terrible, if existent. Like sometimes it's a complete blackout. Anyway, so we don't know what would happen to them. But with all of this happening, more and more and more and more people are coming to Rafah. So right now we've been focusing most of our work to help people inside here, because now Rafah is probably the most densely populated area in the whole world. It's a small city with that used to have around a quarter million people before these attacks started. Right now, there is more than 1.5 million people inside Rafah, and these people are seeking refuge. As I said, like they started with schools, and now they're everywhere. They're like on the streets setting up tents. They are on every house, like every house, including my own house, has at least 10 families inside of it. And like I'm talking large families, Gaza families. Like each family is like around, I don't know, like 7 to 10 people, or more or less. And people are setting up tents on the roofs of houses, on the streets, inside wedding halls, inside hospitals, inside clinics. Um, they're literally everywhere now, and there is a huge humanitarian crisis for these people. There's so much that they need, and there is a shortage of everything. And plus, recently, like more things have been coming inside here, because like they allowed some of goods to be coming in through like some of the businessmen in here. So we've been purchasing some of that, like including flour. So flour is being a little more available, but it is, or and same thing about like canned food and some other options. But the thing about all of these is that they are very expensive, because it is, like wartime. And these families are families that have people who were evacuated from their houses during the summer, a lot of them, and they walked to safety or whatever, walked to seek refuge here in Rafah, um, wearing their summer clothes. And right now it's winter, and it rained actually around 2 hours ago, and like it's going to be raining during tonight, during this night, and it will still continue to rain. So you're talking about people who don't have winter clothes, who are not in houses that can cover them from rain. Some of them are intense, some are not, some are literally in the streets. So yes, we've been trying to get them like so that's like what people these are the new things that we've been focusing on, like really just helping people with tents, like setting up tents. Um, uh, Also, winter clothes because I also volunteer at a hospital. I'm a medical student, and I volunteer at one of the hospitals here in Rafah. And like sometimes we get like some casualties and injured people coming into the hospital, and some of them like we try to get the shrapnel out of their bodies. And I remember it happened so many times with like these guys who were tried like to remove, like to ask them to take off their pants if they're conscious, and they'd be looking at me because I'm like a female med student or a female doctor, and they're like embarrassed. And I figure that it's probably because they're not wearing any underwear. And I ask them, and they say, "Yeah, we're not, because they don't have any. They ran out of them." And same thing like about when we tried like to tear apart their pants, like to put on a cast or just work with them. Sometimes like we try not to tear it apart because, or like when we do it right so that they can saw it again, because we know that if we do this, then this is the one and only pair of pants that they have, and we just took that away from them. So and this is not something that has ever been the case here in Gaza. This is so different. Um, this is not something that people here have ever had to experience before any of this happened. Regarding hospitals, yes. So the main hospitals in the Gaza Strip have been out of service, and here in Rafah, we don't really have an actual hospital. Like even before any of this happened, we've actually been advocating for a long time for the building of a hospital in Rafah, like an actual, like hospital. And they started like building it very recently, but like right now it's not functional because it's not anywhere close to be ready. So we just have like these small mini hospitals. One of them where like I'm volunteering, and a lot of the injuries that come to our place, like for example, like we don't have a CT for like a brain CT. If you think that this person with I don't know, like they may be having a hemorrhage, like a subarachnoid hemorrhage or whatever, like in their brains, you can't even get a CT on them, so you'd have to transfer them. So we transferred them to the European hospital in Khan Yunis. This hospital is still functioning till now, but Khan Yunis is like underground invasion, so we'd expect it to be out of service very soon, just like Nasser Hospital, which is already out of service. Like right now, we can't transfer any of the cases like we used to transfer the burn cases to there. Right now, we can't do any of that. Um, so we just have an Najjar hospital, like in Rafah. That's the main hospital that's actually working currently. And an Najjar hospital like literally has two ICU beds in this whole like so-called hospital. um, and so there's so many cases that come in to the ER and like our departments all the time, so many that it gets like because like literally most of the Gaza Strip is in here, and yeah, the health system is breaking down even there. And I also noticed that there are also like these people that we don't even think about much because like you get distracted with bombings, and these are all like even the bombings, like I haven't even mentioned them in any of what I've been saying or any of what I've been talking about because it's like direct damage that you can see, but I'm talking about like the other things that people sometimes can't even see, like like the dialysis patients and cancer patients who cancer patients, they don't get any of their treatment currently because they used to like depend on going to hospitals in Jerusalem to get their treatment or like travel abroad and come back because Gaza has never been allowed to get those medications inside Gaza under the blockade. So this like has been an old case, but now with the blockade being even more intense, they can't get any of their medications, so they're only deteriorating. And also, they some of them, like they need the continuous paracentesis dialysis patients. Some of them like they need catheters, and these old patients who also need like catheters for urines for urine. So you're talking about people who can't really just live in tents, and they're like on top of sand, and sleep on top of sand, away from everything, and very far from bathrooms. So it gets really hard. So we also like did this initiative, like it's called the Medical Center, that we started in one of the wedding halls in Rafah, um, where we rented a wedding hall, and we set up some tents inside of it for 120 families of like 120 patients, like that patients, like dialysis patients, and cancer patients. We're trying to provide some essentials for them. We're also talking about like women who lack hygiene, and lack like literally just sanitary pads and literally the essentials. So I've also been trying to make as many and bring as many as possible of these like health and this hygiene packages for women, so that they can also help them keep, I don't know, moving. Um, the work we've been doing is not safe at all. Every time we're moving, we know that, like, we've moved by places that got bombed. Like, it's only a matter, I don't know, like of luck, or I don't know what would you would like call it, that we're still alive. We actually lost a photographer who volunteered with us before, and his name is Mustafa. Actually, he died with Hamza Wa'il Dahduh, like Wa'il Dahduh's son. He Yeah, he volunteered with us on multiple occasions, but he died one day, like he was targeted, or like he was killed, and while he was in a car. Um, but yeah, but really, like, none of what we're doing is safe, and we know that we can be targeted, or we can be killed at any point during our work. But yeah, but we continue to do it because we know that people do need anything that we can get them. People right now are in need for everything. And regarding the numbers of people in tents, or like people, I don't know, like the number of people outside tents, because I know people in tents, the number of people in tents is much more than them. Um, yeah. Regarding mothers who give birth during this crisis, um, they actually um, yeah, so they actually, some of them, like some of them gave birth inside their tents. Some of them managed to go to Al Emirati hospital, like inside Rafah, there's like, I actually volunteered there for a while too at the beginning of this. And the number of women that come into the hospital is huge. It's a mini hospital, like Al Emirati hospital is a hospital for delivery, and it's a mini hospital, and the number of women coming in there is huge. Um, and they some of them, like, don't even manage to get to that hospital. And also the treatment that women, or like the care that women get there, is really not the best. Yeah, right now it's training as I'm recording this, and right now, like, people in tents are not they're crying, like, they're not doing fine because it's raining on top of them. In the past, I know that every single person in Gaza would always, like, we have this prayer, it's a specific prayer to ask for rain, and people were always like praying that prayer because they would be asking for rain. I People told me today, when I was like walking around and like distributing some of the packages around, they were telling me how, like, right now they're actually praying that it just does not rain again till they're back to their houses, to their bombed houses, obviously, but till they're back to a house. But they're praying for it to never rain. Anyway, so back to, like, to women delivering babies. So I know that in Gaza City, a lot of cesarean sections were done without anesthesia whatsoever. Here in Rafah, it's a little. kind of better. Like we use some anesthesia. It is still kind of available, but we will run out of it very soon. Um, uh, and then right after that, like the environment for women like to be breastfeeding is not the best. Like it's not good. It's just not good. And their diet is really bad, and a lot of them are not able to actually be breastfeeding because they're not even eating well at all because there isn't available food for them. People are being starved, babies are being starved, and there's a huge percentage of malnutrition among babies that I've also been seeing inside hospitals. Um, Inside tents, people, I don't know, is there still hope? I don't know. Um, I guess it depends. Sometimes people just feel like maybe there is like, I don't know, maybe us like waiting on the ICJ court decision, and then yeah, we're just like hopeful at the point. Maybe like we had some hope in humanity, and then we're kind of like let down because none of that demanded a ceasefire. So I guess I don't know. It's on and off. Um, it yeah. I don't know. Like there isn't a single word to describe what people in tents are feeling, what we are feeling. I can't tell you that they have hope. Also, like as I'm also recording this, I just read in the news that electricity just turned off at Nasser Hospital. You're talking about a hospital that has been besieged and that will be, or it looks like it will be invaded very soon, ground invaded by the IDF. Um, and also um, all the patients inside the ICU will be dying very soon, and yeah, yeah. So thank you, and I'm sorry if I talked a lot. And thank you. It's a huge pleasure to be talking on this podcast, to be a part of it. Um, yeah, thank you so much for your work, and thank you so much for giving me this platform to talk on behalf of the people here. And yeah, ceasefire and support our project, because supporting people on the ground who like who know people here, who can go around and help people here, and like like none of what we're doing is like for like show purposes or whatever. We're just trying to help people around here, and the only reason would be even taking some of the any of the footage that we'd be taking, and sometimes is only so that we can share our work and get more fund to expand our work. But really, really, people here are in a huge need for all the support that they can get to support their steadfastness, and really just like help them keep going, like help them have a reason to keep going. Thank you so much.